Yeah, welcome to episode 21 of Two Beats, One Drum, live on YouTube. I'm your host, Aaron Williams.
J La Soul, what's happening?
It's been a while
Yes, sir.
for you, of course.
Yeah,
Welcome back, my friend.
the vacation.
Much needed. And we got a lot to talk about, man. There's been a lot going on in the NFL, college football, of course, some MMA action. We're going to jump into it. Brad, what do we have up first?
All right, guys, so diving in right into college football, of course, how can we not touch on this subject? So, big drama over in Michigan, as you know. So, over the weekend, Jim Harbaugh was en route to Happy Valley. Got off the plane and realized he had just been suspended by the Big Ten for 3 games. Despite this, the Wolverines went on to beat Penn State 24-15. Just want to know, what are your thoughts on the ban and the Wolverines?
Go ahead.
I'm so tired of talking about Michigan, but they keep messing up.
Yeah.
They keep shooting themselves in the foot. And you asked me about the ban. He's lucky this is all he got. The whole team should be banned, if you ask me.
Okay.
If you ask me, and I'm gonna lay out some reasonings, okay?
All right.
If you played football and you had intel of what your opponent is going to do before they actually do it, do you think it would benefit you?
Of course.
Absolutely, correct?
Yes.
So why is it they are sitting here acting like they're the victim in this situation? Why do they keep acting like they're being mistreated? Their coach is being singled out. Let due process play. What? No, you guys inherently cheated. And it directly coincides with your guys' record over the last 2 seasons as Big Ten championships and the last 2 playoff appearances. Now, it's too bad that you guys couldn't get signals in your last 2 playoff appearances, because maybe you guys actually would have won one of those matchups against, I think it was Georgia and TCU last year.
Yeah.
It's a shame you guys couldn't beat them, huh? But you could beat old Ohio State. See, the reason why I am so perturbed at this Michigan thing is for reasons that I just said.
What's that?
A couple weeks ago. This coach, Jim Harbaugh, had the audacity to come out and give a statement talking about this is America's team. We're playing the you guys are going to play the America's team. You guys are going to play the underdog card.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think you're trying to fool, man? You guys are America's team. I remember a couple episodes ago, I compared it to what franchise?
The Cowboys.
Isn't it coincidence that both haven't won anything in 25 years?
Yeah.
Isn't it coincidence? So go ahead, compare yourself to America's team. You guys are gonna do the exact same thing that Dallas Cowboys always do: is blow it when it counts. The floor is yours, man.
I think it's well deserved. 3 games. But it's still like he can coach the team.
Exactly.
Which is kind of like defeating the purpose, you know what I mean? Because you're coaching the team all week, but you can't be there on Saturday. Like, that's not really.
It's not a punishment.
It's not a suspension.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to give him direction, basically. But I think it should have been worse. Even if it was just away from the team for three weeks rather than just on Saturdays, it's kind of like, all right, do we punish him or do we? You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a real decision. You know what I mean? That's like, well, you're gonna go to jail just on the weekends or something like that type of bullshit. Like
that's what I'm saying, man. It's a slap on the wrist, man, and it's a slap to every college football fan's face and every college football player's face. Let that be the facts that are known, okay?
Because I don't think it affects them much. I think
no,
the Ohio State game it will.
It's going to affect them against Ohio State
because
absolutely,
they're going to have to adjust. It's not going to be and we've seen it with the Penn State game. it took him a while to get
get
going.
going.
You know what I mean? And I
That's
feel it's gonna affect.
Hey, man. You know what? Let me say something. I hope they go ahead and sit here and let him coach. Let him coach. So when Ohio State comes into Ann Arbor and whoops that ass, I don't want there to be any excuses that you guys didn't have your coach. I want you guys to be whole. Well and whole. So when we come into Ann Arbor and beat you guys, there will be no excuses. No sign stealing here this time. I can't wait. Go ahead, man.
Facts.
Man, I can't wait for that game. The way we looked this last weekend, I'm like, okay, now we're gearing up. It's been brewing, man. I've been seeing, I'm seeing signs that it's coming. We're putting it all together. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to go into Ann Arbor and whoop that.
Yes, sir. It'll definitely be.
It's gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be a good game.
We got to stop the run. That's all. Well, we'll get into the preview show next week for Thanksgiving week because I can't get into it this early. I can't get into it this early. I'm gonna start getting anxious and stuff. Anything else on?
Nah, man.
I'm done with talking about Michigan. This is the last time we talk about Michigan
until they take that L.
Yeah. Well, actually, until next week when we gotta review the Ohio State Michigan matchup. So.
Yep, this is the last time until next.
I'm so sick of hearing about them. Every day it's been the same thing. ESPN, Fox, or FS1, or Jim Harbaugh over and over. I'm just like, just stop talking about the man. They don't do anything for me.
America's team.
Well, let's get some predictions just to wrap this discussion in a bow. Like, what do you think the end result is going to be? Like, there's still some process to go through in the investigation side of things, right? Like, do you think ultimately Jim Harbaugh is sacked because of this? Do you think the school will get fined? Do you think maybe
I don't
perhaps
think the school will let him go. I think he'll just be done with it. I think he'll kind of step away.
I think the NFL is calling him. Somebody's gonna offer him a lot of money in the NFL and then pull him away. It's just, he's probably tired of dealing with the NCAA and stuff like that. So I can see him. It honestly depends on what they do this year.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, if they win the national championship, he's probably gonna be. I'm out. But that ain't gonna happen because they're Michigan. So he can do whatever the hell he wants, man. I'm tired of hearing about this dude. Anyway, let's get on to the next subject. Stop talking about Michigan.
All right, forward it is. All right, guys. More generally, we're going to transition into college football talk. So the Heisman race, of course, it's a wide open race right now. And ESPN's got their tracker, who they see being in the lead here. Do you guys agree with Penix Jr. taking the lead in the Heisman race? Or if not, who would you have?
Sir.
One thing about the Heisman race, there's always a game that a winner has that just that blows everybody out the water.
Mm-hmm.
That game, your quarterback, LSU quarterback, Jaden Daniels had last week. My goodness, he had 374 passing and then like 230 rushing on the ground. That's a Heisman statement game for me. For me, he's in the lead.
I think it's our record overall
for sure.
If we're 7-1 right now, 8-1, I got him. But it's like you gotta look at that too. You gotta look at.
Okay, let me ask you this now. Washington goes to Corvallis and plays Oregon State. They lose that game. Who's in the lead at that point?
Bro,
I'm liking Jaden Daniels.
It ain't his. I like Jaden Daniels, but
it ain't his fault. They ain't got no defense.
I don't dislike Michael Penix that much. I think he is just one of the most accurate quarterbacks I've seen. In a long time. Like, and it's if he wins out. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. Jaden Daniels, love him, bro. Love him. Like you said, we don't have the defense that we need. Same situation with Caleb Williams. He's not even in the race
Yeah,
anymore.
he ain't even in the race now.
No defense, but I think he's kind of moved on. He's ready to go to the next level. But Penix, man, it's his to lose.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I would say he's in the lead. They have him in the lead right now, but Bo Nix can sneak up in. I think he's a sneaky pick for the Heisman too.
Yeah.
Um,
Now it's possible that Jayden just super balls out the rest of the season.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like these numbers are just overwhelming, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
you got to give it to him.
It'll probably go to Penix, honestly. But he could, if he does like he did that last game, man.
And he's the thing about Jayden. I think he's like projected second round.
Is he?
Yeah.
Man, I'm starting to.
Saints?
The more I see him,
Saints.
The more I see him, man, the more I'm like, man, this draft is loaded. The more I see him, the more I'm thinking, man, he might be a first, early second round. I mean, he's playing in the SEC, so
facts.
It's kind of hard to deny where he's come from and where he is now. So,
facts. He did that against a decent Florida defense.
Yeah.
So
ate them up, ran all over them. I mean, this draft, man, this is probably going to be the best draft
QB wise
in the history of drafts.
Receiver wise,
offensive lineman. There's some good offensive linemen coming up.
Is Brock Bowers coming out this year?
More than likely, he would need. He should come out. He should.
That guy there, bro.
Yeah.
This draft is loaded.
Yeah.
If everyone should get
everybody should get something.
Yeah. It's one of those years. Yeah. Everybody should get something like a game changer type of player.
For sure.
Facts.
Yeah. There's a lot of good draft picks in this next draft.
I'm like it's gonna be funny the teams that blow it. Because I know there's gonna be a few teams out there that blow it. Yeah, I mean
blow their draft pick?
Oh yeah. I think my Saints gonna be one of them. Like, Chicago seem like they're gonna do the biggest. I don't know, bro.
They're gonna draft the quarterback. I think Justin Fields is out of there. You don't think so?
I think he could be. There's a possibility that he sticks around. I think
if I was him, I'd be like, man, get me that out of here too, though.
Yeah, there's a possibility he wants to get out too, but I don't know, bro. I like Justin Fields. I think they just don't know what to do with him.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just one of those.
Exactly.
Things. He's in the wrong place.
I mean,
so yeah, get out of there.
Yeah, we'll see. What we got next up, B-Rad?
Onward to NFL talk, guys. So after outdueling Burrow and leading the Texans to a 30-27 win in Cincinnati over the Bengals, we want to know, is CJ Stroud in the running for MVP?
I'm going to say no.
Why?
I think he's in the running for Rookie of the Year.
Well, you just give him that. You just go ahead and give him that.
Now.
You don't think he's a top 5 MVP candidate?
MVP, we talking.
Okay.
Like
most.
I got
most valuable player.
Who's
more valuable than? Who's a more valuable player for their team than this guy
right now? I'd have to say Lamar Jackson. Just because without him,
so Lamar Jackson's your MVP right now.
I'd have to say yes. CJ, let me say this about CJ. He's in the perfect situation as far as because we see what going on with Young in Carolina. That team is just not.
There's nothing around.
Nothing there for him. But CJ, he felt in the perfect situation where players are showing up, man. Like I'm not. What's the running back? He's man.
Pierce.
Yeah, and some of these games that Houston has won, You know what I mean? Yeah, it was gimme games, like a few gimme games where it was like, all right,
I said NFL, man.
it's the NFL.
That's a daily thing, a weekly
Now what
thing
I
in the
do what
NFL.
I do like about him, end of the game, he makes plays. Like, you know what I mean? He's made plays. He's got his team in position to win those games. So I just just don't. I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon to say MVP yet. You know what I mean? He's still a rookie.
Mhm.
What's the record? 4-5,
5-4.
5-4. Win 11 games, and then I'll talk about that. You know what I mean? Like,
I wonder what their overall over under for the season was at the beginning of the season. I would
probably less than 7, 8, probably most.
I would love to see what the over under is.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, he's in the top 3 for MVP.
Okay.
I'll give you, whoever else at the top.
It's a thing where, and because I heard this conversation on ESPN earlier. To me, it's a thing where we overhype too quick, and I'm not saying he's not going to be that, but to say, you know what I mean, like, I gotta see more. You gotta give him time, and
what more do you need to see?
When you set a ceiling that high that early, there's only one way to go. There's only one way to go, and it's like if he don't meet those expectations, if he's not, next year if he's not in the MVP, it's like, oh, he took a step back. Nah, he's still developing. To me, like, I think he's going to be better. I think he's going to be a great quarterback. I just think right now he's in a good situation as a rookie quarterback, and his team has been in position to win games, and he's gotten them there to that W. So as far as that, yes, rookie of the year, great player, keep it up.
So you're not too fond of riding the CJ train.
Nah, I'm a critic, man.
It's fine.
You gotta give me.
Hey, listen, you gotta keep it as real as you keep it. I'm gonna keep it as real. I've seen enough. I've seen enough, man. Okay. Listen, like, I don't like some of the stuff that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see that at Ohio State, man.
Okay.
I didn't see none of, like, the movement he has in the pocket, scrambling and making. I didn't see none of that at Ohio State. He's throwing dudes open. He's always done that. He's always been accurate with his passes and stuff.
I think,
but he'll come back. He'll throw an interception and then come back and like the drive last weekend, not against the Bengals, but I forget the team they play. 40 seconds, man. What rookie is doing that?
I think DeMeco Ryans is helping see the game from a defensive standpoint,
and it's helping him.
And it's helping him tremendously.
I get that.
You know what I mean? It's because he already knew how to play the position.
Yeah.
Now you got a defensive minded coach I
think I understand. That would probably be the first time that you've heard of a quarterback having a defensive coach as his head coach, and it being a direct contribution to him.
Facts.
To his success on the field.
Facts.
It sounds logical. It really does.
Definitely.
That would be quite impressive, honestly, if that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But CJ, he's just, what can I say, man?
Yeah.
Best Ohio State quarterback. I've been saying that the last 4 or 5 episodes now. So
he'll be a top 5 player in this league for a long time.
Absolutely.
So I think he'll get in. He could get an MVP in the future.
I think he'll get a vote.
He'll get.
I think he'll get a vote. I think he'll get one vote. Somebody's going to vote for him MVP this
year. Yeah, of course.
Deservedly so too, by the way. You ask me. He ain't gonna win it, but
nah.
Hey, look.
Who wins it? Who
say they can finish? What are 5-4? So they got 8 games left. So say if they
that's
go,
what
4-4 in that span.
Yeah,
they finish
9-8.
9-8. So no, let's go say 6-2 in that span.
Yeah.
and they're 11 and
But
6.
let's who wins it though? Like we could say Jalen Hurts, but without that defense,
It probably
without the tush push,
it'll probably be Jalen Hurts,
yeah,
Pat Mahomes,
Lamar
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
those are the three. That's the reason why CJ Stroud's up in the is. That's part of the reason. I won't say that's the reason. It's part of the reason because what's his name from the Chargers? What's his name? Herbert.
Yeah.
Herbert's not in there. Josh Allen was supposed to be in there, not in there. Burrow, not in there. Tua. I can't really say Tua's in there.
No.
To be perfectly honest, we've seen enough to kind of know that he's not the most valuable player on the team. Who else is there?
And defensive players.
Oh, you got you got some defensive players this year. Miles Garrett, and then TJ. Miles Garrett's probably one. He might actually.
He might. If he keep playing like that, he's
monster, bro. Absolute monster. Anyway, let's proceed to the next topic of discussion, Brad.
Coming up next, we got the Saints falling to the Vikings 27-19 over the weekend, losing Derek Carr in the process. So, Jay, are you ready to move on from Carr and see what Jameis Winston has left in the tank?
No. Let me say this. We 10 games, 10 weeks, 10 games in. I'm kind of over the disappointment. You know what I mean? It's
finally setting in.
It's settled in.
This dude been texting me every week about the Saints. Don't let this guy fool you that he's all cool and calm.
Nah. You know, when I'm watching the game, I still get heated. But I'm over the disappointment of what the offense is, what it could be, and what it's gonna be, because I don't feel like the Saints are ready to move forward from Derek Carr, because they're still,
they just signed him to a contract, right?
Yeah, 150. But
really,
yeah.
Oof.
So it's like that's why I'm kind of hoping for a quarterback in the draft that maybe play 1 year under Derek Carr and then kind of take over, because if he can't move the offense, it's obvious you'll have to move on. You know what I mean? So if he's going to play next year, he's going to be our quarterback. But it's time, to figure out what's going to be next. Let me say this. Derek Carr in the first half of that game threw for 65 yards.
It's pretty pathetic.
First half in 2023. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Jameis comes in the game, and I think Saints fans got excited, but he's still Jameis. He threw 2 interceptions, but he also threw for I think 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he moved the offense regardless. Like the offense was moving up and down the field. Like this is what kind of talent you have. You know what I mean? You have players that can, game changers.
Mm-hmm.
That could win routes, and you gotta let the ball go regardless. You know what I mean? Like you're in a position where probably not going. If we make it to the playoffs as a wild card, we're not going deep in the playoffs. But at some point you got to figure out what this offense is going to be, and if it's going to be what it is now, then is at a standstill. You know what I mean? And our defense is getting older, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of change coming, coaching wise,
philosophy wise,
something got to change. And
I asked you this question a couple weeks ago. I asked it, does he not trust his weapons? Is he not trusting them? What do you? I don't watch their games because I already know what to expect. Is it a trust thing, or is he just? Has it never been part of his game? Because I
just think that's who he is. He's a subpar quarterback,
bro.
Yeah, like did he bring the Raiders to a playoff?
He took them 2 years. The first year, the 1 year they actually went, he got hurt.
Okay.
I think it was like the last couple weeks of the season, so he
Okay.
didn't play in the playoff game. The other one, they had a last second interception.
So 10
against the
years,
Bengals.
10 years in the league, and you only went to the playoffs twice.
Yep.
That says enough for me. You know what I mean?
You gotta remember he
You know,
played for the Raiders though.
man,
For those 10.
yeah, but
The same Raiders that just fired their coach.
facts.
So
So I don't know. I don't think he came to New Orleans and got better coaching. You know what I mean?
no.
Dennis Allen is a defensive coach. Pete Carmichael is a product of whatever Sean Payton had going on, and
It's just time. It's just time for a new.
It's time
for a change.
time for a change. Like,
Get all them Sean Payton holdovers out of
Facts.
there and move on to somebody more progressive.
keep your young weapons, get better coaching, and get your QB in there. This is the year. Like, if you don't draft a QB this year,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that I agree with you. You got to get
like,
something
you
out of
gotta
this
get
draft this
something,
year.
Because what's the future?
Yeah,
Derek Carr can't. You know,
he ain't gonna play forever.
you know, you gotta let's take that L, man. Like, you're 150 million in the hole, but
Well, he's only old. I think 80 something, right?
Yeah.
He got 84 guaranteed.
So,
something
yeah, like,
that.
go ahead and draft a quarterback.
Yeah,
Kind of, you don't have to. If you could let Derek Carr start next year, because it's gonna be the same situation. I think it'll be a lot of players not gonna want to. Chris Olave, I think, for one, is not gonna want to play with Derek Carr for long. He might. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't blame him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like they don't have a good relationship, and I don't know, man. Saints, we just gotta do better. Figure out what's for the future, because for right now,
Is the playoffs? Is this? Let me ask you: are the playoffs still in play for the Saints?
Yeah, we get a wild card, but
They're going to win the division by default, probably.
facts, because Tampa Bay going downhill.
Carolina's obviously, and then it was only Tampa Bay and Atlanta, right?
Atlanta, and we play Atlanta coming off the bye, so I think we win off the bye because everybody's gonna be
healthy
and ready to go. But yeah,
one and done for them. Hey, man, he gonna get you in the playoffs, bro. He's gonna get you in the playoffs. Can't be too mad at the guy.
And let me say this about the defense. Second half, they defense is like, I think we allow like something like 6, 7, 8 points in the second half but first half we get
worked.
Man, we get worked, bro. Like, and I think it's the point that we have older players.
Yeah,
it take them like, okay,
take them time to get warmed up and get going.
The bones going, man.
Get them joints moving and stuff. Yeah, you might be right about that.
But it's still who that, man.
Yeah, who that? All right, let's get into what do we have next, Brett?
All right, we're going to transition into who dat did get those 5-0 picks in this last round of 5-star picks here. So let me pull up this video.
Pull it up. Yeah!
Wow. Another flawless week from Aaron. And I think, like,
all over the place lately.
Yeah, and I think what everyone really wants to know, Aaron, is like, what is the secret sauce behind this impeccable genius?
Don't be afraid to lose. That's what I've been. Don't be afraid to lose. Monitor the point spread. If it's too high of a point spread and you don't feel comfortable, don't be afraid to pick the underdog. You can pick. You can say that the favorite's going to win, but favorites don't win by as much as they're supposed to win all the time.
Facts.
So that's what I've been following that blueprint for the last 3 weeks now, and what, 14-1 over the last 3, man. We're on a hot streak, so
yes, sir.
I'm sticking to that game plan, man. Sticking to it. Let's see. Hopefully it transitions into this week. I'm a little worried about this week, but let's pull up the record, man. What we looking at? Yeah, that 0-5 messed me up. I'd be ahead a little bit more by a few more games if I didn't have that 0-5. But
yeah,
we steamrolling these last 3 weeks, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Facts.
Yep, recapturing the lead too in the overall. It's very narrow margins here, boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I said I was gonna come back, man. I had a feeling I was coming back.
Yeah.
Let's get into these picks, man. Think we
Fantastic.
starting with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, here you go, Jay.
Alrighty. So yeah, I took the Lions over the Bears because the Bears are obviously shit. But the way the Lions are playing, man, Goff, how do you say his name, man?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, just looks like he looked like an MVP candidate, honestly, in that offense. So yeah, 10 points, easy. Yes, this is what I'm talking about, bro.
Okay.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I saw him.
Kyler Murray.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we gonna see what CJ got, because man, Murray all over the field, bro. He's just, you know what I mean, he's just a little Energizer bunny, you know what I mean.
Man, he looked good.
So yeah, I got him covering against CJ and those Texans. I think it's a good pick. I think, yeah. If y'all want to play one, that's the one to play. Yeah, man. Your boy Gino will keep rolling. Yeah.
I'm worried about that game.
1 point.
That's pretty much a pick 'em, bro. It's literally a pick 'em game.
Yeah, I like what the Seahawks have been doing though, so I'm gonna ride them.
Okay.
Yeah. I was skeptical about this one, 12 points. But it's the Raiders too, you know what I mean? So yeah, Dolphins, I think they have a big game. Give me them 12 points. I take that all day against the Raiders. And this is the game that'll probably change a lot in the NFL, because right now Philadelphia is sitting on top, and it's Patrick Mahomes. Like, this is the kind of game he live for. This is the kind of games he want to be in. Like he's nonchalantly has, carried this team to a 6-2 record. And this is what Super Bowl rematch.
It is a Super Bowl rematch.
So I think we get the same results. Patrick Mahomes 2.5. Book it.
You got the Lions, the Cardinals, the Seahawks. I forget the last two you had.
Miami.
Oh yeah, Miami over the Raiders, and then you got Pat Mahomes
over Philly. Let's get to my picks, man. Let's see what 5-0 look like.
Yeah, let's look at this next 5-0 coming up. Boom. Listen, both are coming off of a loss. The AFC North, toughest division in football. Ravens, they gave that game away against Cleveland.
Yeah,
I like them to bounce back and win this game. Joe Burrow's going to be missing T. Higgins.
Okay.
I think that's a big loss. Baltimore is going to be they're the better team in this situation. No matter how you slice it, no matter who they're missing, they're the better team. If you ask me which quarterback I'd rather have, I'd rather have Joe Burrow. But not this game. I'm taking Baltimore with the -3.
There we go.
Looks like we going heads up, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I've seen enough from CJ Stroud. If I was a MVP voter or MVP or NFL media member, CJ Stroud would get my vote. That's how much faith I have in him. Now, the only problem I have is that extra point kind of changes a little bit changes a few things for me, but I like Houston Texans to cover this no matter what.
Okay.
Another point spread that I was very nervous. I feel like it should be a -3. We're going to take it no matter what. I think the Cleveland Browns defense, best defense in the league. Deshaun Watson has been playing good. I don't know what anybody's seen from Pittsburgh's office to make you think that they're going to do anything against Cleveland's defense. Go ahead.
Let me see this.
Yeah.
I don't see anything from the offense. I just Steelers win games.
They do.
Steelers are in the game, bro, every week. And what's the record? 6-3.
6-3.
That's crazy.
It is the most fluky 6-3 in NFL history. They've been outscored by at least, I think, 100 points throughout the season. So do the math. They shouldn't be winning games. Like, they shouldn't be winning any games, but somehow they do. Give me the Browns. Okay, I'm tired of this Steelers thing. The Browns come out here and shut them down.
Okay.
Shut it on down. Next up, Jacksonville coming off of a embarrassing loss at home to the 49ers. It was to be expected. They got a taste of what a real NFL team is like in playing the 49ers. That is a Super Bowl team. They figured out they figured out what level they have to play to in order to compete with the upper echelon of the NFL. Give me the Jaguars to cover that 6.5 over the lowly Tennessee Titans. And it's another matchup between us, man. Listen, the Philadelphia Eagles look like the best team in the league. Their defense may not look like the best team in the league, but that offense is literally unstoppable.
AJ Brown.
There's nothing you can do with them. They literally have 4 plays of 4 downs every single time they have the ball.
And
every single time they have the ball, they have an advantage because they have Thursday 4 downs.
Too. Huh? It's Thursday night game.
No, it's a Monday night.
Is it Monday night?
It's a Monday night. It's a Monday night. It's a Monday night game. Ooh. I like Philadelphia at home and Lincoln Financial, I believe it's still called, to cover that 2.5. I haven't seen enough from Kansas City's offense to make me believe that they're going to go to Philadelphia on Monday night and beat Philadelphia the same way they did in the Super Bowl. Okay. It's not happening this time around.
Okay.
Now, if they played each other in the Super Bowl, that's a different story. This game, not going to happen. Give me the Eagles.
I might bet you some Detroit style pizza on that one.
Hey man, you want to go ahead and lose another bet? Go, feel free, man. I got Baltimore, Houston, Cleveland, the Jags, and the Eagles. Those are my picks.
Yes, sir.
Read them and weep. 5-0 coming up again, baby. We're steamrolling the competition at this point. I need to go ahead and start making some bets at this point, man. I mean, I'd be winning some heavy dough if I actually bet on these picks that I make, because I don't know a professional bettor that's doing better than I am right now. I can't think of one.
Been rolling, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. That's it for our 5-star picks for week 11. Thank you.
All right, guys. After 10 weeks of NFL action, we want to know who are your guys' top 5 teams from around the league at this point. So I'm going to pull up this the records here if you guys want to take a little look here. Just listing off some of the leaders in the AFC. We got Chiefs in the AFC West, Ravens up north, Jaguars holding it down in the south, and the Dolphins in AFC East. Over in the NFC, NFC East, Eagles leading the way, Lions in the north, Niners in the west, and of course the Saints holding it down.
Nobody's coming from that division. Top 5 teams. My top 5.
Yeah.
Eagles are 8-1.
Okay.
You have to put the Eagles no matter what. They're the only team that
they're number 1.
They're number 1 by default.
Okay.
By default. Number 2 is kind of tricky. If the 49ers played Kansas City today, I'd pick the 49ers. I would. When they're healthy and whole, the 49ers are the second best team in the NFC. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
But I'm gonna take Pat Mahomes at number 2. They're 7-2. Their record indicates that they're they're the second best team in the NFL. Third, I'd probably put. This is where it also gets tricky. I'd probably put Baltimore right now over the 49ers, who would be number 4 for me. And then number 5, I mean, it's kind of hard not to put them there, but man, Detroit.
Facts.
They've been impressive all year long.
Fact.
They've only had a few bad games, the one against the Seahawks and the one in Baltimore where they got steamrolled. But outside of that, they've pretty much been flawless all year. So those are my 5. Who you got in your 5?
All right. At 5, I got Cleveland.
Okay.
That defense is just
Yeah.
At 4, I think I'd put the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
3, Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd take KC at 2, Philly at 1.
Yeah, come on, man.
And that game Monday is
it's gonna be determined who
the better team.
Stays number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're pretty much spot on. The only team we switched up on was Detroit and Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I had Detroit at 5, and Cleveland at 5.
I wanted to put Detroit in there, but Cleveland defense is.
If Deshaun Watson was playing, if Deshaun Watson has been playing better, he's been playing.
Game.
Yeah, he's been playing better. If Deshaun Watson was healthy, a healthy Deshaun Watson, they'd be in my top 5 too.
Yeah, because the game they beat Baltimore, and that game was
he was 14-14 at one point in that second half.
So what he can do is kind of scary with that defense, and
yeah, it is.
He can bring that offense.
I think
up to speed is going to be.
Did we expect Cleveland's defense to be this good? Were they projected to be this good? Because I never heard anything about their defense.
I knew they had pieces. Like you know you got Garrett, but
Koromora, Denzel Ward.
Yeah, I didn't know they put it together like that because
they're scary, man.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean they gave up 24 to Baltimore, but that's Baltimore. But
if Nick Chubb don't get hurt.
Baby, oh, man,
and they still got
Deshaun Watson. They would be scary,
They'll
man.
Be scary,
if Chubb didn't get hurt, it's
so,
a shame he's been there the whole time. They stunk up the joint. And the moment they
actually
look like a legit team, he's out for the year. That sucks. Yeah.
So that's the top 5.
Yeah, that's our top 5. Well, I mean, we're pretty spot on.
Yeah,
on our top 5 teams. Yeah. We'll see what happens after these games coming up this week, because Baltimore could easily fall at that top 5. They lose to the Bengals, which anything's possible. But according to my picks, they're going to win that game. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, what we got next up, Brad?
Rolling into our last topic of the night, we're going to get into some UFC here. Awesome card over the weekend. I think like every fight on the main card had a finish. Love to see that. It was like probably the quickest card I've ever watched, honestly. But yes, let's dive right into Alex Pereira. He's now the 9th fighter to win the undisputed championship belt in 2 divisions after beating Prohaska on Saturday by second round TKO. Your thoughts on the fight?
I didn't get all that I wanted out of the fight, but what I got was, I mean, enough, I guess.
Yeah.
For how it ended. I mean, I felt like it was kind of an early stoppage, but Prohaska didn't argue, didn't really contest, and he came out and said it was a good stoppage. If he says it's good, I'm good. So, hey, you got to give it up to Pereira, man. Like for this dude to come into the UFC from a different organization, kickboxing primarily, and already have 2 belts within the what? Brad, how long has he been in the UFC? What, a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years tops. It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
In 2 divisions, that's
crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. That I mean, I think I heard somebody. I can't remember who it was, but somebody, it's an MMA commentator, asked if this dude is UFC Hall of Fame worthy already, and
wow,
it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard not to say he is. I mean, with what he's done in the short amount of time he's done it, I mean, man, I mean, he's on some Conor McGregor type stuff. Conor McGregor did something similar. I think he was. It took him a little bit longer to get to where he was double champ status. But man, what Pereira's done is just otherworldly, honestly. So,
Do you think the case for that for Pereira is a little bit cheapened by the fact that he had that prior history fighting Adesanya in kickboxing, so he was fast tracked along, kind of in that middleweight pathway to get to that title fight initially, whereas a guy without that history, without the storyline, perhaps would have had a longer route.
For sure. Yeah. No, he was definitely fast tracked to get into fight against Izzy. So it kind of worked to his advantage. Beating Izzy twice prior at a different organization, but still it's still impressive. I understand what you're saying, bro. I 100% agree with you on that.
Yeah, incredible fighter though. Like I'm so excited to see him against Jamal Hill. It's going to be a great fight, and
that's probably the next one up. Yep.
If he makes it out of that one, then sky's the limit for Pereira, man. Who do you see as his biggest threat in the light heavyweight division?
Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
Jamal Hill's tough, bro. Yeah, man. Jamal Hill, he don't look, he's not shredded and all that stuff like some of them other light heavyweights, but the man can box, man. Yeah. And when he beat Grover to show, Grover took him down and stuff, and he'll handle his business, man. That was impressive what he did. Hopefully he can come back from the Achilles healthy and give a fair fight against Pereira. I think the layoff kind of benefited, or it was a disadvantage for Prohaska. Now, being out that long, like, you're going to have some kind of ring rust, and I'm not going to take anything away from Pereira, but it's just still, there's always that thought in the back of your mind, if all things being equal, how would the fight go on? So, yeah. I'm speaking hypotheticals at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay, did you catch the UFC fights this weekend?
I did not catch them.
Word. It was a good one.
I gotta start getting on them though.
Don't worry, man. I watched all of it for you.
Yeah.
What we got next? I think we got one last up.
Yes, of course. The co-main event, Tom Aspinall. He wins the heavyweight interim championship belt by defeating Sergey Pavlovich via first-round knockout. No dispute how this one ended up, guys. No. This was a filthy and clean finish by Aspinall. So thoughts on the fight, and also looking ahead towards the matchup with John Jones.
Brad, you were right about Pereira. I was right about Aspinall. That boy is quick, man.
Yeah.
You don't see too many heavyweights move like he do, man. He is.
What weight he box?
He's heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
So they're what? I think their max can be 265 or something like that. Okay. I can't remember what their max is, but.
So he's gonna fight Jones.
According to Brad, or according to Brad's intel, according to Dana White, John Jones versus Stipe is still on the table, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, they already had the fight set up. Aspinall's the interim. He'll get the chance to unify after they fight, I guess. But it's going to be a long time.
Maybe. So some people were speculating here. So both John Jones and Stipe have floated the idea that after their fight, they might retire. So people were speculating like Aspinall may in fact become the undisputed champ without a fight, which would be it's just such an odd scenario at the moment in heavyweight.
I mean, Jones and Stipe are on their last legs, so I mean, and I wouldn't want to fight. If I was either one of them, I wouldn't want to fight that young bull coming up, man. Honestly, man, that dude. If I was them, I'd man, let me fight this old man. See, because that fight is for legacy. So I get the Jones Stipe fight. That's for who's the greatest heavyweight of all time. But
if you getting that, you take that fight and you feel good. Why not?
What fight?
If you take this, say Jones and Stipe
win.
Yeah.
One of them wins, and they want to feel
know,
good and
yeah.
fight
I
the
still
Young
feel
Bucks.
good. I feel like they can take that fight.
I don't know, bro.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. This kid took a punch from Pavlovich, and Pavlovich has been knocking everybody out.
Yeah.
He took it like, I mean, it kind of buzzed him a little bit, but when he took it, I was like, oh, okay. So he's going to win this fight. Like, he took a clean shot on the chin, and it didn't look like it phased him too much. So once that happened, I was like, yeah, this is his to lose. So
now I'm going to go home and watch these fights now. Yeah.
I mean, it was a quick card, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was definitely worth it. I believe that's it. You got anything else, man? I believe we're finished. Brad, do you have anything?
No, sir. Take us home.
Okay, that is it. Episode 21 in the books. Please like and subscribe. Catch us on YouTube. We are on TikTok, 2 Beats 1 Drum. We are on Instagram. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're pretty much on everything. So if you want to listen to us or watch us, please check us out. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, give us your thoughts, engage. We love to hear from you. That is it. Episode 21 down in the books. Peace.